Congressman Tim Ryan tried to go viral by screaming at Republicans on the floor of the House. Let's watch, and then I'll tell you everything about this that makes no sense when we get back.
Gentleman from Ohio is recognized for 1 minute.
I've got to tell you, this is absolutely unbelievable. Just a few years ago, the stock market's at 25,000. Corporate profits are the highest they've been in decades. The rich keep getting richer. And our friends on the other side said, what do we do now? Let's do a tax cut where 83% of it goes to the top 1% of the wealthiest people. Fast forward a few months, global pandemic, 36 million people unemployed, 40% of families who have a worker that makes $40,000 a year and less lose their job last month. 4 million people didn't pay their rent, and the Republican Party says, we don't have any money to help you. Are you kidding me? Where do you guys live? Food lines around the blocks at our food banks in the United States of America. 1 in 5 kids are going hungry. Your party can't even get food to them. This isn't a wish list. If it's a wish list, it's for the working class people. How about the Teamsters that are going to get a pension when this bill passes?
Gentleman's time's expired.
Their pension gets cut in half.
Gentleman's time is expired.
This is ridiculous.
Gentlewoman from New York
on the American
reserves.
people.
The gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized. Gentleman.
Make no mistake about it, the whole point of that was Tim Ryan wanted to go viral. He wanted to have something to show off, to brag to people about, to see, I'm fighting for you. Look what I did. I was loud. I made loud noises on the House floor. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. If I had seen this, I was naive enough where if you showed me this video maybe, what is it? It's 2020 now. If you showed me that video in like 2014, and he did this in 2014, I probably would have been like, damn, Tim Ryan's awesome. Look at what he just did there. Wow, Papa. I was a little sucker, okay? But now I know because I've been following this stuff closely enough and longly enough. Longley? That's a NBA basketball player. I've been following this stuff long enough to know that this is pro wrestling. What you just watched right there, this is pro wrestling. And he's playing the role of the babyface, and he's pointing out the heels who are the Republicans. And he said it. He's like, Republicans say, we don't even have any money to help you. They don't want to help you in the middle of this crisis. What he's not telling you is that Nancy Pelosi doesn't want to help you in the middle of this crisis because she won't even allow a clean vote on his bill. His bill is the UBI bill. Him and Ro Khanna teamed up $2,000 a month for people for the duration of this crisis. Now, that's something I believe in and I agree with. But he's screaming at the Republicans. No, first you got to scream at Pelosi. She won't even allow a vote on that in the House. We'll get to the Republicans in the Senate. When Mitch McConnell slaps it down and doesn't allow a vote on it, or they vote it down, or whatever the hell is going to happen when it gets to the Senate, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But first and foremost, your own party leader is not allowing a vote on that bill. Why are you not yelling at her? Because she's on your team. So when she doesn't want to help the American people, we'll make excuses for you. I won't direct my ire at you. That would be impolite. That would be out of line. That would violate our partisan rules here. Now, here's why, and you could say, Kyle, you're being super cynical with this one, but I'm telling you it because I think it's true. You want to know why this frustrates me? I bet you he's grandstanding, he's virtue signaling about this bill, the $2,000 a month thing, and acting like he wants to help people and the Republicans are blocking it and whatnot. I bet if the Democrats had a Democratic president, a Democratic Senate, and a Democratic House, Tim Ryan wouldn't have even proposed this bill. Because then it's like, okay, what's your excuse? Imagine they had a supermajority like they did in the early days of Obama. Would he have proposed this bill? No. Because then he can't grandstand about it because he can't do the pro wrestling move, which is, I am going to blame the heel for blocking my attempt to help the American people. Bad Republicans. Bad Republicans. But if it was all Democratic, I don't even think he would have proposed this bill. I don't even think he would have put his name on the bill. Because he doesn't actually want this bill passed. He's just grandstanding and virtue signaling. I swear to you he doesn't want this bill passed. And what's my evidence of that? Guys, we just had a presidential race where Tim Ryan was one of the candidates. Tim Ryan very famously had a moment with Bernie Sanders where he was trolling Bernie, and he said something along the lines of, something to the effect of, Bernie, why are you yelling? Bernie, why are you screaming? You could lower your voice a little bit. He said something like that because Bernie, I think the issue was Medicare for all, but it could have been any of a number of issues that Bernie was screaming about helping the American people, and this is what we got to do, and Bernie, of course, means it. And Tim Ryan's like, hey, man, lower your voice, dog. Now, was Tim Ryan running on Andrew Yang's platform of UBI? No. Now he's calling for a UBI when Pelosi won't even allow a vote on it, and he's pointing at the Republicans and saying, you're the problem. Well, Pelosi's the problem for not allowing the vote. She's the problem for not allowing the vote. Why are you not yelling at her? Because you actually don't even want this thing passed. You just want a virtue signal. You just want the credit. Dude, you ran an entire presidential campaign on a right-wing platform, and you concern trolled the person who's calling for these solutions. You concern trolled the person who actually wants to help the American people, and you mocked them. And you said ideas like Medicare for all and UBI are too far left. That's what you said. That's what you believe. I covered the interviews where you said stuff like that, where you were calling for a middle path. Now all of a sudden you pretend. Me, bro? I just want to help the American people. That's what I want to do, bro. Republicans blocking me, bro. It's all fake. This is all pro wrestling. He doesn't even want his own bill to pass. He doesn't even want it. If he really wanted his bill to pass, what would he do? He would be yelling at Pelosi. Allow a vote on it. Let's have a vote on a clean UBI bill, $2,000 a month to everybody for the duration of the crisis. Let's do it. Let's have a vote on it right now. Pelosi's the reason you're not having a vote on it. Why are you not calling her out? Because you don't really want this passed. And we know you don't want to pass because your political history shows the opposite. You told Cenk Uygur that if you were president and Medicare for all got to your desk, you would veto it. That's what he told Cenk Uygur. And now I'm supposed to believe you're a crusader for the people? No. You're a professional wrestler. Pretending to yell at the Republicans, oh, you're so bad and you're doing such bad things and you don't want to help the people. Neither do you, Tim. You're a joke and you're a con man and you're a fraud. And this is one of those instances where what Malcolm X said really, is sticking out in my head here. I'm going to paraphrase it. I don't know the actual quote off the top of my head, but it's something along the lines of Republicans are a wolf, and they're wolves. Like, they're upfront about it. The Democrats, they're a wolf in sheep's clothing. Because Tim Ryan's lying to your face like he supports UBI. He doesn't support UBI. If this vote actually if we actually were going to have a vote on this bill, and it had a chance of passing, not only would he not have put his name on the bill, he would have voted against it. He would have voted against it. Ro Khanna's a little bit of a different story. I think he actually now wants a UBI. But Tim Ryan, I don't think he wants it at all. I think if there was a prayer of this passing, not only would his name not be on the bill, he would vote against it. Because that's what his record shows. His record shows he's an abysmal failure. So this is a joke. This is pro wrestling. This is virtue signaling. This is grandstanding. He doesn't really believe in it. He doesn't. The same guy who was running a right-wing campaign is now acting like he's a flaming lefty. I wish you were a flaming lefty. But if you were serious about getting this passed, first and foremost, you'd have a vote on it in the House, which would mean you would direct your ire at Pelosi. But you're refusing to do that because you don't really want it passed.